guys, it's me, Victoria. Today I'm here with my good friend Kate, who has a business called Balanced and is a cash flow specialist. Kate, can you tell us what that means?
Sure. I work with families of above average income to help them simplify their day-to-day personal finances so they can take control of their money.
And can you tell us how that is different than working with a financial advisor?
Sure. I work with people, I don't do investments, but we look at the day-to-day management of money. So I help people to identify their priorities, set those priorities, and make a plan according to their priorities. And we implement simple strategies that allow people to watch their money grow instead of watch what they spend.
Great, I love it. I worked with Kate, I think we started working together 3-4 months ago, and she has helped me feel extremely more confident and organized in my finances moving forward. For that, I am very grateful. So the reason I invited Kate today is because we are coming into the holiday season, Christmas season, New Year's, and even with the best plans, I think most of us encounter circumstances, more gift giving, more holiday parties, all these things pop up that are costing us more money that we haven't planned for. So what kind of tips or advice can you give us to feel good in January after the holiday season and still have fun?
Yeah, it is a time where we definitely spend more money, and there's lots of things out there pulling at our wallets. So my first piece of advice would be to get a plan. That's just essential. If you don't have a plan, you just don't know where your money's going or how much is going out the door. So I would recommend keeping it simple, but sit down and write out where your money is going to go this season. Look at the gifts you might spend, the events you might attend, and whether you are purchasing clothing around those events. Often we purchase more food, specialty foods, and drink. Sometimes we take holidays, or there's just so many things, events that happen that we do more of this year. So I really recommend writing that down, and then write down how much you think each of those things might cost you. And you can take that piece of paper with you when you're shopping and write down what you have spent. And then I would recommend, when the season's done, look at your total, divide it by 12 if you get paid monthly, divide it by 26 if you get paid bi-weekly, 52 if you're paid weekly. And in January, set up a savings account so that you can start taking that number that you've come up with each month and putting it aside. And next December, you'll be ready. Next November, you'll be ready for this holiday season without having to use debt. So that's my number one. Number two, try implementing some new traditions. So if you have traditions that you are spending a lot of money on, like for example, lots of us buy lots of gifts for lots of family members, and maybe you want to reduce the number of family members that you're purchasing gifts for, implement a new tradition instead of just getting rid of that. Sometimes that's tough for people to just say, we're not doing that anymore. But you might try something like suggesting to your family, let's take half the amount we might have spent, pool it together, and share it with a community resource that would benefit from that, as opposed to purchasing gifts for everybody. So try some of those new traditions. Maybe instead of having a big meal at your home, go skating at an outdoor rink where there's no fee. And then thirdly, just as you'd mentioned earlier, Victoria, visualize January.
Yeah.
What do you want it to look like? What did it look like last year? Were you happy when you saw your credit card balance afterwards, or was it uncomfortable? Are you still paying for it now? So what do you want January 2015 to look like financially? And that might help to keep you on track through this season.
Those are awesome tips. Do you know what I've taken on? I always used to think I had to do everything for everybody when they come over to our house. But what I found is potlucks are so much fun, and everybody loves coming over and contributing, and it keeps my costs much lower than they would have been in the past, and it's just a fun night. Yeah. So thank you so much. I'm so appreciative of having you here. If my viewers want to get a hold of you, what's the best way to do that? How should they get you?
I can be reached at my email at kate@balancedcashflow.ca, or you can go through my website at www.balancedcashflow.ca.
Awesome. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Kate.
Victoria.
Thanks for watching.
Happy holidays.